Ons grondwet vereis nie dat almal dieselfde moet glo en dit straf ook nie mense omdat hulle verskillende gelowe of opinies het nie. En dit behoort ook nie mense daarvoor te straf nie.
Beloftebos is a place where marriage vows are exchanged and lifelong memories are made. A place where heaven really meets earth. The current owners, Andries and Koya de Villiers, have slowly built it into a highly sought after venue. They have a love for hospitality, and in particular for weddings. For them, as for millions of other Christians and persons of other faiths, cultures and civilizations around the world, marriage is the covenant relationship between a man and a woman in the presence of God. Marriage for them is deeply religious. It represents, as the Bible says, a symbolic picture of the love and commitment between Christ as the bridegroom and his church, the bride. And it is these beliefs that caused the de Villiers family to dedicate themselves and their property to providing far more than just a beautiful events venue. Whether it's planning, catering or decorating, everything they do when they organise a wedding is an expression of their faith.
Ek en Koya het 15 jaar gelede hier op die plaas getrou en van toe af het ons vir ander mense die geleentheid gegee om ook hier te trou. Ons is passievol oor die huwelik en wanneer mense besluit om by Beloftebos te trou, dan laat ons die bruid en die bruidegom, die familie en die vriende, ons alles in ons vermoë om hulle dat deel voel van ons droom en ons familie. Ons sit ons hart en siel en ons swee daarin om die dag ekstra spesiaal te maak vir almal en dat dit mooie herinneringe sal wees.
Ons sien die huwelik as heilig. En ons stel belang in elke paartjie wat graag hier wil trou. Ons bid vir hulle dat hulle die doel en die roeping van hulle lewe dat dit ontsluit sal word. Ons stap ook saam met hulle 'n pad om seker te maak dat die eerste tree wat hulle gee op hulle lewenslange verbondsverhouding regtig iets spesiaal is. En ons seën hulle ook. Ons bid vir hulle en ons seën hulle met 'n geskenk wat handgemaak is, en met 'n persoonlike brief wat hulle herinner aan dit wat ons saam met hulle geskep het en waarvan ons deel is.
Andries and Koya's faith is central to who they are and how they live. It also guides the events which they can accommodate. While they welcome and host anyone on their farm, their sincere religious convictions do not allow them to be involved in every type of event.
Alhoewel ons die huwelik liefhet te ondersteun, het ons al die situasie gehad waar ons vir 'n paartjie moes vra om nie 'n fortuinverteller stalletjie te hê wat hulle as deel van die vermaak vir hulle gaste wou reël nie. Ons ook byvoorbeeld nie 'n Halloween partytjie hou by ons venue nie, want dit is heeltemal teen ons geloofsvertuigings. En dan het ons al verskeie kere nee gesê vir versoeke om 'n trans musiekfees hierso te hou. En aan die ander kant het ons geen probleem daarmee om 'n verjaarsdagpartytjie of so tipe geleentheid vir enige persoon te hou omdat dit nie teen ons geloofsvertuigings is nie. Ons voel nooit gedwing word om enige tipe funksie te hou wat ons nie wil doen nie. Almal, ons respekteer almal en almal is welkom by Beloftebos.
Unfortunately, there is a global trend where LGBT activists target Christian service providers, particularly those in the wedding industry. In January this year, Beloftebos received an inquiry from Sasha Lee Hicks and fiancée Megan Watling. Consistent with their faith convictions and the media statement posted on their website, they respectfully declined the opportunity and wished the couple well. However, the couple took to social media and have subsequently decided to spearhead a lawsuit against Beloftebos, launching a fundraising campaign to finance their legal fees. Back in 2017, Beloftebos found themselves in the same crosshairs when they declined an inquiry by a different same-sex couple. This incident was immediately taken up by LGBT activists who threatened legal action and mounted a vicious public attack on the Beloftebos Facebook page with threatening, offensive and hateful comments and even targeting Beloftebos' service providers. In response, Beloftebos issued a media statement which assured the couple that they never intended any malice or judgment towards them. They respect their rights to love and marry as they so choose, and all they're asking is that the couple would also respect their constitutional rights to believe and live out their Christian convictions.
Andries and Koya have welcomed and served hundreds of people over the past 15 years on their farm, but they've always reserved the right not to celebrate any event where their sincerely held faith convictions will be compromised. Every day, we make decisions based upon our conscience, and no one should be forced to violate that. This has never been about turning away anyone based upon who they love or how they choose to love. It's simply that the de Villiers family are saying that they can neither share in nor celebrate every choice, and nor should they be forced to do so.
The South African Human Rights Commission, which is charged with the protection of all fundamental rights, including the right to religious freedom, has now instituted legal proceedings against Beloftebos. The fact that Andries and Koya are now being taken to court is not just about them and their freedoms. It is about the freedom of every South African to be able to live according to their sincerely held beliefs. Because should the court force Andries and Koya to do something that violates their beliefs, LGBT service providers could equally be forced to do something that violates their beliefs. And so it really is a double-edged sword.
Assuming this matter does go to court, it will be one of the most important cases in South African law, because no one should be compelled to do something which is in conflict with what they believe and what is of utmost importance to them as human beings. This case is ultimately about everyone's right to be able to live and work according to their convictions.
Ons verstaan en respekteer dat Suid-Afrika 'n oop en demokratiese samelewing is waarin elkeen die eie keuse het om sy lewe te lei soos hy dit sou kies, ook om selfde geslag huwelik te kan voltrek. Ons respekteer hierdie vryheid van keuse, maar ons vra tot eenvoudig dat ons ook hierdie vryheid van keuse het om ons geloof uit te leef soos ons glo dit gedoen moet word.
If the court decides against Beloftebos, they will effectively be forced to facilitate any type of event on their property and prohibited from exercising their free choice according to their religious convictions and belief. And no case in South African law has ever taken this extreme position, and it's sincerely hoped that no court will make such a ruling. In fact, the UK Supreme Court recently upheld the rights of Ash's Bakery because the owners refused, on the grounds of Christian belief that marriage is a holy covenant between a man and a woman, to bake a cake supporting same-sex marriage. The court found the bakery did not discriminate against the customer because of his sexual orientation. Rather, the bakery's objection was to the message, support gay marriage, which they were being asked to promote on the cake and which was against their sincerely held religious beliefs and convictions.
Dit is ons gewete voor God wat maak dat ons nie sekere huwelike by Beloftebos toelaat nie en nie homofobia soos wat ons valslik van beskuldig word nie. Indien die wet van ons sou vereis om te kies tussen om die wet te gehoorsaam of om gehoorsaam te wees aan God, dan dink ek dis 'n baie onregverdige posisie om te wees en ek dink nie enige iemand behoort in daai keuse in daai situasie geplaas te word nie.
This case will have far-reaching implications. And not only for Andries and Koya, who may, if the court decides against them, be forced to participate in and celebrate events that violate their conscience and belief. It will be the same for every goods and service provider in South Africa, who may equally be forced to do work they fundamentally disagree with. Therefore, you can support same-sex marriage and stand with Andries and Koya, and in fact you should. Because if the court can force them to do work that goes against their conscience and belief, then the court can force anyone to do so. Ultimately, this case is about freedom. Freedom for all of us to live consistent with our beliefs, whatever they may be.